Good morning.
Thanks for joining Kerouac's Cruising. It's Cara and James.
And we are coming to you in our first video podcast from home, our homestead. We've made it home and we're super excited to share it with you. And we feel like this was the appropriate time to start recording with our super cool GoPro we've been talking about.
And really, when we mean home, we are back at the Grand Canyon, about 20 miles from the gate, on our off-grid property near Flagstaff, Arizona, and the San Francisco Peaks.
Yep.
And it's coming on to sunset.
You can see a little bit of that glow happening. It's our favorite time of the day. We figured this would be the best opportunity to kind of share with you so much of what we love about our home.
Me and Cara left Bullhead after buying the truck, drove home, and the process of putting the house back together to have water, propane, and electricity, and taking all the security features that I did before we left, which looks like unnecessary.
Yeah, I waited until we left. So James was very anxious while we were getting ready to leave. I'm sorry for the rustling. Jules is hunting underneath the tarp. She thinks there's something hiding underneath there, so you're going to have to hear the rustling going on. But James is very anxious that somebody was going to break into our house and steal, our refrigerator or something. And so he bought a bunch of plywood and boarded up the house and super secured it. I mean, he did an excellent job because not a single fly got into the house. However, when we got home, it was a lot to take down. I bit my tongue until we got to Idaho and was like, you kind of made the house look like it's abandoned by covering up every surface with plywood. And by the time we got home, he agreed with me.
Yeah, when we leave next, we're just going to close the front door, lock it like we do. We never really use locks anyway, so...
Yeah.
So we're just going to go that route and, hope for the best. Tape the bottom of the door for rodents.
One of the things I was thinking about is totally just coming out. You guys get this live to James at the moment I'm thinking it. Putting a lockbox by the front door so that when friends and family come and visit, we can just give them the lockbox code and they can get into the house.
That's a great idea for anybody.
Yeah. Andrew or Caroline wants to come up, whoever it is.
That's a great idea.
Any of our friends all over the country come to the Grand Canyon, free place to stay. Well, they just don't have water and electricity, but they've got
that's
they've
good.
got
They
an
got
off-grid
heat,
cabin
and
with
they
heat.
got
Stove.
So anyway, so we get home, we start that process, and it did take us probably a week to get the house back up and running like it was before we left. We've talked about the solar system that we bought, so I will just mention again, EcoFlow is a great unit, and it's powering us as nicely as any power we've ever had at this home.
If not better. I mean, it's been really, we never had internet before, so we're running our Starlink off of it during the day. I don't really use the internet at night while James is doing his own work. I'm working on podcast stuff using the Starlink all day. And we now leave our lights on all night long without care or worry. We used to, turn on
we would have candles or
yeah.
lanterns around the house to try to save the electricity.
It's been phenomenal. Literally, this GoFlow is running our house, our refrigerator, our lights, and anything that we need to do as far as charging devices.
Instapot.
Yeah, Instapot. We did the
tried
Instapot the other day.
Yeah, and made a soup, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
So since we've been home, so that took place. Cara got to do. She was fortunate enough to pick up some tours at the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
The
nice
Fari
to be able
tours.
to get back to the Grand Canyon and kind of just get into a normal flow again.
And then I was home for probably 2 weeks, and then I started doing some day work with some friends. We did go to the Breeders' Cup. I can't forget to mention with our friend Caroline, and that was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
We didn't win a lot of money,
but we won a lot of good time.
We won a lot of good times, and we did have an amazing time. Yeah. So that was fun.
We just had an epic Catan.
The
fest
new Catan
with our good friends, the Stewarts, Sylvie Stewart, good friends of ours. We did a Catan marathon. It was
different Catan.
Yeah, an
new
expansion
rules.
pack, new rules. We got there 5 o'clock at night and didn't leave until 3 o'clock the next day.
2:30 the next day.
Yeah, played until 1:30 in the morning. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Got up and played some more. It was fun.
It was a lot of fun. And then we went with Victoria, our good friend Victoria on her birthday.
A friend that we've been talking about bringing her to Shoshone Point for over a year. She didn't know how to get there, even though we told her we had how to get there.
And she's a tour guide at the Grand Canyon also, mind you. So
and
it's
she
extra
knew where the parking
adorable.
lot was.
Yeah, extra adorable. She couldn't figure out how to get there.
So we took her out there, and it was her birthday. So we got to have lunch with her and really catch up because we had been gone for 6 months. So that it was a great day. I think Carrie even took some pictures out there.
I've got a video of it, so you'll have to check out the blog for the video at Shoshone Point. It's a beautiful spot.
That's a great hike, flat. Anybody can do it.
Yeah, easy.
So it was a great. So we did that, and what else have we been doing? We're getting
just
ready.
Just been enjoying being home. Really, it's just nice.
So the drive home was spectacular. We've talked about it the whole way, and now being home to have the sunrises and the sunsets that we get from here is they're just we do live in a magical place.
It's so magical
for us. And we still get to walk 3 miles off-leash dogs and maybe run into one car if we're lucky. Other than that, we are just letting the dogs run around. Today, Norman caught a rabbit and ran by us, showing it off to the rest of the other 2 dogs.
I feel bad for the rabbit, but what he really does, and it's really cute, you guys. So, a lot of people are like, it's cruel what he's doing, but it's really adorable. So he kills these rabbits, and then he puts them out for the ravens to get. And he's got all these raven buddies that follow him around, and he plays with them. And it's really awesome to see. It's like, so he darts off, like he's taking this rabbit back home to his raven buddies that hang around the property waiting for him to feed them. It's the sweetest thing in the world. But if you do
watch him, he always, if he catches a pack rat or any mouse, he just kind of crushes it with his mouth.
Yeah, and then lays it out
pretty much puts it down away from the house so the other 2 can't find it.
Yeah.
And then you'll see the birds going over there, and then he plays with them like he's chasing them.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny.
It's cute. They fly by, they do low flies over the property, and they'll squawk at him, and he'll just, from wherever he's at, he could be in bed out asleep, and he comes darting out to come chase the birds. It's the cutest thing in the world. It's so much fun to see.
And then on a down note, we bought our new truck.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a great ride home. We haven't had...
It had AC.
It was a heat wave coming home in November. And we had AC the whole ride. It was great. We're home for a few days, and the temperature dives.
We had a snowstorm.
And it's 18 degrees at the low at night. Cara drives the truck to work, and she's like, I don't think the heat's working. And
we didn't think while we were in Havasu to check the heat when it was 107 degrees outside.
He buying something in the desert that we should have checked the heat. So she had to drive home, no heat in the truck, from a snowstorm, so that was miserable. So I went online like I normally would for a vehicle and started researching it. I did mess around with actuated door or a blend door, whatever they found it, and we did get a little more heat just doing that. And then we did a long project and had to clean out the heater core and drop the antifreeze out of the truck. And that was a 2-day process when you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, we started it yesterday. It worked out because James thought he was going to have to go to work today, and the people that he's been doing work for were like, we're going to take advantage. It's Veterans Day today as we're recording this. And so they are like, we're going to take advantage of Veterans Day, so don't worry about coming into work tomorrow. So we were like, awesome, bonus day off. And we're planning on going on a hike and taking the dogs on an adventure and all of that. And then yesterday we start the project on flushing the heater core and the radiator, and we ended up coming to a road bump. Basically, the truck wasn't taking as much radiator fluid as we thought it should.
We dumped it out, and online it said it should pretty much take 5 gallons.
Yeah.
And we only got 2.5 gallons in it. But reading about it, and I guess you can do a radiator flush without dropping the fluid out of the block. So I would have had a drain. There's 2 drain plugs that gets the rest of the fluid out of the block.
Long story short, it extended into today.
Yeah, so
finally, James was helping out a friend this morning put on a roof on his add-on. So we did that this morning and then came home and we finished working on the truck. But I think we got it. We got the temperature up. It's perfect. It was great.
We put a thermometer in it and that looked at the average temperature a truck should be. And we're right there. We're actually above 10 degrees.
Which is perfect for me because I'm always cold.
So it was a win, but in doing so, we had AC and now we don't because I took this bolt off that I didn't know what it was. And it was clean out. It was a clean out for the AC unit. So now I got to go buy Freon and recharge our AC unit.
Before we go to Tucson in 2 weeks.
Before we go to Tucson in 2 weeks. So we have AC and heat to get home in the mountains. Mm-hmm. So crazy story, but not everything is roses, but we think we got this thing settled. We are going back to Idaho for Christmas. I don't know how much exploring we'll do, but maybe some ice skating and stuff like that. But we'll wait to see. We might not even do an episode when we're there, just because it's the
you guys
grandbaby.
might be sick of hearing about it.
Yeah, and it's the grandbaby's first Christmas, so we might just chill with the grandbaby.
Depending on how things work out, we had some. To be totally frank and honest, because I feel like the goal of our podcast is to be real and authentic and to share the wins and the losses. So we're kind of in limbo waiting for having to put brakes on all the traveling we want to do. Originally, the plan was to take off December 1st, slowly make our way up to Idaho, spend Christmas, New Year's up in Idaho, and then do the Pacific Coast Highway coming south, and then hang south for the winter and make our way over to the East Coast, and then start as the weather gets warmer going up the East Coast, and then, be back in Idaho for the baby's first birthday, July 1st. We're kind of tapping on the brakes a little bit. We're going to still run up to Idaho, but it'll be a quick trip. We're going up there for Christmas. We'll be back home probably by New Year's.
Right around New Year's.
Yeah, and that's all we're hoping that by spring, the new book, How Together We Rise, that we'll really start seeing some stuff pick up. And that's a beautiful thing, because it really gives us the break. Instead of focusing on traveling and where we're going and what we're doing and getting lost in the moment, it's giving me the opportunity to not only enjoy home, because we're not traveling because we don't like being home. We're just traveling because we really want to travel. So it's nice to be home, to soak it in and love what we love so much about being here. Before we hit the road again, it's kind of a good recharge, but it's giving me the chance to, this whole thing is new for me, learning SEO and writing these blogs and the content and posting content on social media. I mean, any of our friends knows that every once in a while, maybe I'd get a wild hair up my booty and share a meme or something on Facebook. But in general, I'm not very social media oriented. So it's been a lot to get out there and put content out there consistently. And then I'm learning all of these, building a website. I mean, if you've been on the website, it's not stellar. So learning it and refining it, and it's really giving us the chance to tap on the brakes and really get the nuts and bolts of everything behind the scenes before things in the spring. I mean, with this book coming out, I really expect that things could start moving rapidly for us as far as gaining popularity and gaining followers and all of that. I mean, hopefully sponsorships start rolling in with that, and a lot of fun and exciting things coming, but it all takes time. And as much as I would love to be hitting the ground running right now, I don't think we're ready for the kind of following that I think we're going to have ultimately, because I don't have the nuts and bolts in the background taken care of yet. So this really does come as a blessing to have everything kind of paused on, I think.
More to come. Other than that, we're going to go to Tucson and bring you some episodes from Tucson.
Yep.
And then we think if we're going to go to Christmas, whatever, at the baby. And then we think we get back, we're going to do episodes just right around here.
Yeah.
Like Williams, Flagstaff
Sedona.
area.
We have not done Sedona yet, and there's plenty to talk about there.
And get some more episodes around home, because this is an awesome area and there's so many people that come here.
Yeah.
So our goal is somebody to type in what to do around the Grand Canyon, and our podcast comes up and they know what to do at the Grand Canyon, at Sedona and Williams, all the surrounding areas, Flagstaff. That's super cool.
Yep.
And we have a lot of it.
Yep. We got, I mean, really the jackpot of beauty here. It's an awesome place to visit. It's an awesome place to be. It's an awesome place to live. I'm kind of like, as we're sitting here, like enjoying seeing the color change to the east. It's just starting to get a little bit pink.
Should get like a shot of the San Francisco peaks. And the clouds
maybe we'll do a little walking tour.
The clouds kind of took over.
Let's do a little walking tour. Yeah, that doesn't make it any less beautiful. It just makes it different. They can't be the same every night.
Oh, the peaks look pink.
Yeah, we'll get over there. We did meet our brand new neighbors, and they're amazing. So we did sell 10 acres of our property to a family out of like Ohio and Pittsburgh area. Yeah. And
they were amazing.
They're best neighbors we could ever hope for. Jamie and Bob we got to meet, and Jim and Dustin, if you guys are listening, they found us on Facebook so that they could introduce themselves to us, and we're already listening to our podcast, so we think they're amazing. You can see the moon up there. I guess I'll do a quick, that tarp is what Jules was just digging through, so she made a mess of it, of course, but that's our barn, our brand new truck, and our tiny little house, and our other truck. So that's the whole shebang. There's Bella over there hanging out, sniffing in the fire pit. And that's it. That's our home sweet home. You don't want to be on the camera anymore?
I don't care.
But I think we're running out of stuff to talk
Good
about.
night. Yeah. We're going to eat dinner.
Yeah,
We're home.
It's dinner time. It's pizza 30.
And you won't have an episode now till we go to Tucson.
Yep. Thank you. Love you.
Bye.
Bye.